Tene, yes, tele. Yes, indeed. All praises be, all praises due unto the Most High Jah, who liveth and reigneth in the heart of all living. Yeah, all praises be. You seen Dada Bobo, Yeliayo, King Emmanuel I, Barrington, Garfield, Edwards, Yeliayo so high, receive I Isis, yes I, and penetrate them through Selassie 2 and 1 into the Kadusa, yeah? Sila, Selassie 1 and 2 going through Selassie. Amanu Amen and I, Amanu Amen and Tianai. Yeah man, it's a blessed day in the judgment. Today we are the 30th of December. Seeing, and I want to say first and foremost, here to the I.O. Holy Divine Mother and Power of the Trinity, Mama Saint Amy Jakes Garvey. Yes, I hear I Mommy got this day many moons ago and years ago. They said that she's dead. No, she lives. See, this day they said she's dead. She lives. Here, Mama Amy St. Jakes, Holy Divine Mother of Creation. See, nice I. Yes, Mama. More love, more life, you see. Rastafari live and reign at the heart of our living. Give thanks and praise. See, big up Marcus Garvey, and I right and honorable, mighty and thunderable prophet Moses, seen, who formed the first political party in Jamaica called the People's Political Party. He formed the first political party in Jamaica in the judgment. He more so high. See, and more love and more life, you know. You see me, I say? Yeah, man, and more love, more life, so much going on in the judgment. You see, I told you, 1 down, 2 go, and 2 drop, dead. Seen in the judgment. I burned Desmond 2. Seen, he was Babylon's hellkeeper or gatekeeper. Seen, yes, I, Archbishop, my father, Abakados, yes, I Hakale Selassie, I seen. Yes, I yell, Damien, I yell, man, I yell, that sister, I yell, I and I, will I ever live it high. Yes, I, Black Christ in flesh, you already know. Here to the height of Most High Jah Rastafari. You know what I'm saying? Jah is worthy of all praise. Yeah, so much going on. You see, you are in the danger zone now. Seen? You see me? I'm a fire squad clique. Yeah? Danger zone squad. Yeah, man, that's the judgment. AKA Killer Than Danger. Yeah, man, big up the youths, them, you seen? Big up Nah Beggy. You see the little daughter there burn up the fire? Yeah, man, her name is Nah Beggy. You see? Because she no big friend. You see me, I say? You don't know. Big up Kingsley. You don't know. Sniper. You don't know. Natty Pablo. Yeah, the real Natty Pablo. That's another blood clot judgment. And then we have to big up Boom. You see him backstage there, or he was on the stage, but he didn't work. He worked earlier that day with I. See, I did my set, them cut off my blood clot mic. Come and say Bumblewell. But they had some girl up there talking about motherfucker this and fuck this and nigger that in her rap song. Nobody had a problem with that. But as me say Bumblewell, me never called nobody Bumble. Okay, I did. Okay, because the song was burning up the trees in the lane. Man, I off and I pop on it till nothing remain. Burning out the cells in my brain. Split me yabby sweet like a sugar cane. I'ma say, oh, remember the tune, man? Burn my herbs, me have to cough. When me see man, I lick the pipe, me have to laugh. You must say want to kick up in your head like a hockey sack. The piece of gum, me a rubber sticky like a taffy soft. Me share it with my friend them on the block, off enough. More herbs, ganja and girls, man, I feel have. Boarding on me and black like a coffee dock. No call it no narcotic, that a coffee talk. Police a lock up man feet, them fi knock it off. Officer, feed the indica, knock up the glock it off. Let me say with the rascal, weed. A transport pan the seas, Anonautica, blood clot. Anyhow, I said, weed me a smoke at the high grade premium, I smoke it and my head inflate like a ball of helium. It got feminine attribute, some call it medium. When me say me, I don't believe you, I had the helium. Hey, Bumble, well, me really like how you are premium, you want a little portion, then you need to go check leafy some. If you knock, what? It will knock you out of your state at delirium. It's silly, some go take the coat, them really dumb. Burning up. Yeah, and them cut off my mic as me say, Bumble, well. Okay, that's your judgment. That was the first time me and Danger Zone work. See? Pan a show. And that's how you treat the youths them. Little Thunder, Brian Jones, where him name? Noel Alexander, the head for the Jamaica Association. Him getting judgment that dead and gone. Cause him fight against the youth them so much. Me can't shed a tear for that a blood clot. But you don't know I'm more love and life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah man, I'm more love and life save, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can't condemn the dead. Yeah? All praises be. You see, and you see how quick them come and try to lock off the thing talking about how I ate that. Yeah man, I ate that man. So I burn the fire, eh? I'm gonna burn out all the bowers them, eh? We never like that. Bumba rascal. Eh? Me say, girl, how you mean you want to go south? Go and go out, girl, me juke shit now about. Me nah nyammer out now come pan her mouth. You have a good for spoil that me can't afford. If you want the body, girl, lift your leg up high. Enough girl apply for the position, but them now get no blind. Anyway, the judgment. You see, that's the judgment. Big up the youth, them danger zone. You see, and you saw what ensued. You see, Brazil underwater, Sizzler kick them. You see, karate, them get karate. Yeah? And then you don't know danger zone. Blazing, burning, and it's only getting hotter. Rise up and all of me enemies scatter. Blazing, burning, and it's only getting warm. Eh? I want to come stop the youth them from performing the judgment. You see? And you see what happened. 1.8 solar flare from the sun. You don't know bigger judgment. Look on Japan and Russia, the polar man, judgment them and drop a bomb on them. You see me I say, and I just more and more and more judgment. You understand? Yeah. And more judgment. You see? Yeah, and I mean, you already know my people. You have more incoming in the judgment. You see me I say? Yeah man, I'm more incoming because some of you know what happened to no rascal fighting against Rastafari. Me have to big up the Bingy house at Toronto. Ras Ben, big up yourself. You see? Ras Ben come through for I and I. You see me I say? Yes man, big up Naya Bingy house. Speaking of the Naya Bingy house, you hear what's going on at Scott's Pass? Scott's Pass, the mother house for Rastafari. Remember, David Selassie. Some call him David Makonnen. You can call him David Selassie to Haile Selassie I. Son. See? Big up. Really are the most High Rastafari. His grandson, as a matter of fact, yeah? Who came and laid the foundation to the mother house, Naya Bingy, in 1987. But if you go on, I'm going to leave the channel in the comment section. Zin, Puta, one of his mediums, they're talking about what's going on at Scott's Pass. Big protest taking place at Scott's Pass because they're saying, yo, how Rita Marley do the Rasta them so dirty? Because in 1987 they got the land and then they were supposed to register it and all kind of thing, and they were waiting on deeds and this and that from who? Rita Marley, who never came true. Do you understand? She never came true. And listen good. There was a judgment. See? There was a judgment. Yeah? Because she brought Prince Philip and Camilla to the Bob Marley Museum. You understand? And so my father, King David, Bongo Watto, got involved and said a judgment. See? You had Bongo Tani who was there, judgment. You had King Emmanuel who was there and him said judgment. Him said, Bono out and no rascal that freaky music. Zine, because I this them a call reggae music, this girl I talk about I wanna get high and one draw and all these things. You see? So Dada and Bongo Watto, Rasborn just my daddy say, yo, fire burn. Zine, and Rita said, oh Bongo, what, do you ever hear my music? Do you hear me singing anything derogatory? But my father is right. What are you doing to the music? And this is what my King Emmanuel I was condemning. Do you understand? So all of you say, oh, yo, Dada never support the reggae, and him say, yo, reggae is dead. No, that's not what he was saying, man. He was saying, look what you people did to the reggae music, man. Eh? You know, the rascal judgment. I'm there sitting, man. If you go listen to that interview, everything clear up. You're going to hear what happened at Scotch Pass. Yeah? And why Scotch Pass had to run left. Or the Naya Bingy had to leave Scotch Pass and go to Judgment Yard. Yeah, me sip up my neem tea. You know, the judgment. Rascal, dirty stinking Rita. Anyhow, Rastafari live. You see, Rastafari live. Speaking of my King Emmanuel I. Charles Edwards, you all need to know, okay, in the judgment, my dada don't play with them. See? My dada don't play with them, a bomber rascal. Bigger rascal judgment, I tell you. Australia, San Diego, Australia, Indiana, Kentucky, bigger judgment. Judgment rock them rascal. You see, and it not done. It not done. See, the earth is wobbling, because it is wobble time, baby. You see. Anyhow, yell up my dada, King Emmanuel and Charles Edwards. You will see this information on BC6 channel. But I want to point out a few things. You understand? My dada, Zine, wrote a letter to the Ethiopia government because a delegation, Bobo Shanti delegation, was sent to Ethiopia, Shashamane land, the land given to us by the emperor, see? And the Ethiopian people were dealing with my people disreputably and disrespectfully and ran some of my people off the land. They Bobo them. So my King Emmanuel, I wrote a letter to Meles Zenawi, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, and said, what is the problem? His Imperial Majesty approved I work and gave I the land. It's a settlement. Zine? And the goal is for all of I to forward to Ethiopia for build up Ethiopia, Africa. Zine? And they try to sabotage the plan. So Dada wrote a letter to them and said, yo, what do I deal with? Did you not know? That my Dada, this is what Dada wrote them. I visited the Brigadier General of Jamaica in 1948, and he ran and left his office and left me in charge of the British Commonwealth, Zine, of Jamaica and all the West Indies. He ran and left his post. Then in 1950, Dada shut down the House of Representatives for 3 days because he raised the flags. Zine, red, black and green, red, gold and green, with the black star, Zine, and the R symbol, respectively. You understand? And the conquering lion. Zine, shut them down. The House of Representatives for 3 days. Then my dada went to King's house where Hugh Foot was, and he basically raised up the flags. Yeah? And then Senator Oswald Harding and Hugh Sherratt, like, they had a problem with that, so they said, well, we're going to do something about it. And this is why Hugh Foot is the one who crucified my grandfather on a cross. He impaled him on a cross, saying, oh, you're the Black Christ? All right. And he impaled him on the cross, but Dada did not die. That was the judgment, see? Then in 1966, my dada sent a pouch with these same royal emblems to the Queen when she visited in 1966. And in 1966, the Queen said that there is a man in your country which no one is to molest because he is above my lords and my government. See? And remember that my grandfather left documents. Actually, it was my spiritual grandfather, the emperor. When he came to Jamaica in 1966, he left documents concerning I repatriation. Yes? With Youth and Days. Him and Youth and Days left these documents with the Jamaican government, okay? With Hugh Sherratt and all these different people. You understand? What happened to these documents? Yeah, that's the judgment. You understand? That's the judgment. That's the judgment. You understand? And my dada also said that in that letter, he called Priest Harry Kerr the vice president. You understand? Most natural. But we're saying in this time, I am the first to really represent and do the work that I am doing. Do you understand? Most natural. He was sent out, and I send them out. You understand? That's the judgment. And let's not forget that the Bobo delegates met with the Swedish ambassador of Ethiopia, General Manja. Is that his name? Merga. Yeah. He was in charge of the Ethiopian Shipping Line Corps, and he was willing to give I at least one ship, yeah, to help with this repatriation program. Yes, but he was waiting on the Ethiopia government to give them the green light, which they never did, and that's the judgment. You understand? Just to show you how much them fight against Rastafari. See? And that's why we burn them. You understand? My dada did the work then, and I'm here doing the work now. Yeah, and we're still getting the biggest fight. Nothing change. That's me I say. But we just want you to go upon BC6 and read that letter and Puta's channel. I'm gonna leave the link in the comment section for you. You see what I'm saying, to see what's going on. Yeah, we're in the judgment, man. Brazil underwater, South Africa underwater. Snowfall like rasclad, rain. Yeah, Mr. Rasclad. Babylon, you must get burned. Seeing, praises be unto the Most High Jah, Rastafari. So much things going on, eh? So much things going on. This is just a part one, another judgment. You might get a part two. You might get a part two. You see, it's one of them for know what going on in this time. You see, because this ain't no joke. It's the judgment, yeah? It is the judgment. And we're waiting for that next one for Rasclad fall. Yeah? Yep, 2 down, 1 to go. You see? Me have to burn out. I'll be mad. Yeah? President for Ethiopia was talking about repatriating the diaspora of Ethiopia back to Ethiopia. This is what they're on. Yeah, man. You don't know. Let's bring them back. Yeah. That's because this war, okay, has been going on in Ethiopia since last year, November the 4th. Okay? My Bob Marley baptism day as Berhane Selassie, and that's my daughter's birth strong as well. Do you understand? In the judgment. That's when this war started, you know. November the 4th. Do you understand? And now because they can't defend it, he's talking about returning Ethiopians from the diaspora. Excuse you. What a judgment. When I stop burn them. See? Just like me have to burn up between him and I burn them up before them turn them out. Who got arrested in Ghana because he performed at a show after he was tested positive for COVID, and they said that he had to quarantine. And this man went and performed at the show and then tried to leave the country, and they arrested him at the airport. And he put out a clip saying, no, none of that never go on. Yeah, right, that never go on. Yeah, idiot. You understand? You know, the judgment. Big up yourself, Saint Rodney Price. You see me, I say, yeah man, no, Bounty Killer was not wrong for doing that song with Jashi. Zine? He wasn't wrong for doing that song with Jashi. You have to make them know, say, yo, this youth, he will defend himself, don't try nothing. This is what it's about. You have to defend yourself. You understand? And it's a war. Yeah, the devil of a blood clot run. You know, the rascal judgment. You have this little pagan called King Ivan running off his mouth talking about, yo, enough to do more for the artist them, yo, Sizzla, you never bust no artist, yo, this one, you never bust no artist. What are you talking about, man? Sizzla bust Turbulence, man. And look how hard them fight Sizzla, look how hard them fight Turbulence. Most people don't even know who Turbulence is. Do you understand? So how many artists do you expect a youth like Sizzla to push when they're fighting Sizzla so hard? What kind of madness this, man? Anyway, the judgment will burn them. See? Sizzla bust his own son, Meleku, Joseph Shepherd, Zion. Enough of these youths, he gives them, you know, time on his shows. Enough different youths from Judgment Yard, all Teflon. Eh? Everything Rasta say come to pass at last. Everything Rasta say come to pass at last. Rasta born Baphomet, born religion. Every rapper a push up 666. Eh? Yo, the ganja, you look what the ganja, you look way up for smoke it, we see you a promote, and now you turn it in a big business. Aye. Big tune. See, people are really messed up, man. Yeah? And it's like, yo, why are you taking set against your own Rasta people? Bumba Rasclat, it's like this youth, Jashi. Big up Jashi same way. See? Alright, Babylon a fight against the youth. Remember, they arrested the youth because he performed at a show. Remember? That wasn't regulated or approved by the government. And then police just went and killed his producer, his beat maker, saying he was involved in all kind of killing and all kind of foolishness. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I did judge, man. You see, when I start burning them, you just him bless. You rascal, yo. They know so them can't reach Jashi. So this is what they're doing. I'm gonna light up my spliff. Mm-hmm. Rasta. Hmm? Can't get to Jashi. So they got to his producer. That's the same thing like when, remember, Beanie Man boxed down Daddy One from the 6th camp? Remember? And then it's almost like something did go on and they couldn't reach the youth. And so what ended up happening? Well, his producer ended up dead. One of the 6 them producers ended up dead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Madness. Madness. Anyways, Bob Marley leading the streams on Spotify, YouTube. You don't know Sean Paul saying with you. Yeah, you already know. Hmm? They're saying that it's Sean Paul and or Alkaline and Chronics that got the most streams in Jamaica. But now obviously Cartel, because nothing go on for the you really, because you already know Alkaline won both his plaque for his second album, New Level Unlock, and then he's on the billboard right now with his new album, Top Prize. You see what I'm saying? So now, of course, yeah, Cartel's fans want to come out and talk about how, yes, this youth, what, he gave away 500 gift cards to his fans that went and purchased 500 of his albums. Yeah. But how come you now have Dancehall Mag and all these different blood clot vloggers talking about how Vibe Cartel is leading YouTube in India and here and there and Grenada or Guyana and here and there and there and yeah man, Cartel's leading in views. The rascal. Like that's really something. Hmm? Hmm? You can buy views on YouTube. It's an easy thing to do, man. People do it all the time. Hmm? Taras Squad, I tell you, boy, Jamaica, eh? You love compete with yourselves, eh? Hmm? Mm-mm. Vibes Cartel beat Popcorn. Vibes Cartel beat Alkaline. Oh, Rascal. Alkaline beat Vibes Cartel. Do you see anybody else doing that, man? Some of the rappers in the States might do it like a 50 cents. See? He's big for that. Yeah. Him and Rick Ross always going at it and thing. But it's like every artist right now, any artist that comes out and busts and releases an album or a song, you want to compare him with somebody else. You want to size him up to someone else. Jashi, he's like Popcorn. No, he's not. No, he's not. Well, Emmanuel, anyway, I just more judgment in our earth. You know what I mean? I say, yes, all praises be unto the Most High Jah. Rastafari. You see me I say? Then you have who? Beanie Man. I gave Cartel his first hit song called Something Specialist. Hmm? And Beanie did write that song and did a song with Cartel called Something Specialist. And then Cartel went and took the song and I guess, yeah, you know, so now he's trying to say, me are the king of dancehall. Mm-hmm. When you love the mix up too much, that's why you're not getting where, my people. You're not getting nowhere. You see? It's almost like you're just stuck in this little box. Hmm? Mm-hmm. And praise be unto the Most High Jah. Rastafari. It's a beautiful day. It's cold out here though. We're in the winter wonderland. See? So you fix up those glitches. Yeah? Burn out all snitches. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have to tell you, some of you don't really need to fix up yourselves, Especially you women, You have women out there talking about their sapiosexuals. They're attracted to intelligence, but yet them not move intelligent at all. At all, at all. Yeah? Listen, man, you cannot be attracted to intelligence, but then don't display intelligence. Hmm? One girl, I was trying to show the girl my powers. See? Do a little experiment. I'm talking to the girl. She's telling me she's going to go get something to eat. See? And I said, yo, what are you eating? And I said, you know what, let me guess. And I guessed it. See? In my spirit, I was with her in the restaurant and I smelled barbecue chicken. And I told her, barbecue chicken. Mm-hmm. And then, well, she ordered it before I told her. So when it came, she ordered grilled chicken and they put barbecue sauce on it. She didn't ask for that, you know. You see? And then she sends me a video. Well, I'm not too sure how on point you were, but you know, wow, like, you know, I'm actually eating some chicken with barbecue on it. Okay. Then she's in New York, you know. Then she goes down to Brooklyn somewhere to go get a plate of food from a Jamaican restaurant. See? Go eat a Jamaican joint. Pardon me. And she plays a song. And the man is singing something about, oh, something at the danger zone, when the thing come on, something. And then she posts me that. But I don't know if you could see all of this, but if I could see all of this, the man said danger zone. And I know you saw the show, you're just not telling me. You see? So me not say nothing. Then she's like, well, I want to know, did you hear what he said? Because that's the point of me sending you the video. Yes, my girl, I hear everything. Yes, my, you think somebody who could tell you what you're going to eat is not going to hear what he said? Eh? So the girl saw the show, see the fire burn up, turn up, danger zone, and they want to play stupid little games with me. So I had to burn her out. Yo, my girl, what's the matter with you? Why are you playing these stupid games? Why are you playing these stupid games? Judgment. I tell you daughters, you need to know your damn selves, you know. This girl sending me all kind of pics of herself and I'm trying to show her, yo, you're more than that, you know. You're more than that, you know, because me, yo, listen to me, man. Your body don't turn me on. None of that don't rascal phase or impress me. Your body, your money, your house, nothing, because she showed me pictures and videos of her nice house and, yo, she live in a nice condo and all kind of thing and she feel well secure and there sitting and turns out it's her mother that left it for her. Her mother who's still alive. You know what I said? And she made a comment the other day about her mother being alive and thing, and it's like, yo, my mother's not dead yet. So, you know, it's like, yo, I wish I could have it still, but, you know, she's not dead yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, you know, I'm thinking of getting another place, but true, say I'm good here. Yo, you see, you know, Bamba rascal. Well, I tempt the rascal Messiah for rat for. You must say want a judgment. Well, then you get a judgment, and your neighbor apartment flood, and it goodly reach your door. And you show me the video and thing. I told this girl like, yo, you not catch it. I saw you dead to the spirit. So I send her a tune, Damian Marley and Yenji. Zine? Oh yeah, hey, I know you think that I'm a hunting boy, but I don't really wanna waste your time. You, I know you think that I'm a hunting boy. You see? And then Yenji says, yo, I'm not staying over tonight, yo. You see? And if you have to choose, you're choosing me twice. We keep on playing with fire, yeah? Someone's gonna lose burning in desire, you see? And she not catch it. Eh? Rasta man a general, baby, don't get it confused. Cause all heap of sexy girls will have a muggle pan. Eh? What him say again, man? But if you follow friend and company and take boost, and if you don't know that I'm genuine, then you lose. Eh? Them say patience is a virtue, but you're burning my fuse. I'm not staying over tonight. You see, and she still don't catch it. Some burn her out. Tell her, listen to me, man. You're talking about you love Damian Marley music and yeah, you love Damian Marley music, but live by his words. Live by his words and pay attention to what my father is saying. What happened to him, man? He is David, the chief musician, the excellent psalmist of Israel, the proverbial king. Do you understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. In this judgment. You understand? Do you understand? Yeah, man. One last thing. I guess I might as well get into this. Why not? The Pope of New Rome, Joseph Smith. Yeah? Because we know that Rome is the sixth church. They claim to be the sixth church. Philadelphia. And Philadelphia sits atop 7 hills. And so does Rome. Well, New Rome was originally in Philadelphia. You understand? Do you? Well, the capital of New Rome, the USA, was first in Philadelphia. You understand? So the 7th church, which them call Laodicea, is the Mormon church. You understand? Which had a state, a society, a government, an army. Joseph Smith had a coat of arms. He had his own dollar. He had his own bank. It was an illegitimate state, but he still set it up either way. He didn't care. You understand? The man didn't care. That's the judgment. You understand? Well, I'm just saying, they hide these things. And I don't understand how come they hide these things. He started the first civil war. Yeah? Originally, I said the second, because technically it wasn't really a civil war because it didn't rasclad happen. But it was going to happen. And many people were killed. The Meadows massacre in Meadows Mountain. He killed about 120 to 135 children. Actually, it was his heir, Brigham Young, who is Joseph Smith born again. Because Joseph Smith was killed with his brother Hiram in 1944 in police custody. Okay? And he was going to escape in Carthage. He was going to escape. He was waiting for his people to come get him. He sent a man out with a letter and the man never came. That man ended up dead years later. And a whole heap of people who the Mormons, after Joseph Smith thought he was involved, or the people they thought they were involved, were all eliminated. You understand? That's the judgment. You understand? So, I'm saying, in 1943, man, there was a big standoff, man. You understand? He's the one that ended up surrendering. This is how he ended up in Carthage, Illinois. You understand? That was the judgment. You see? But I'm saying, you must be mindful of these things. You must be mindful of these things. The Mountain Meadows Massacre was in 1857. Do you understand? These people preach blood atonement, meaning, kill people, even your own people. And people who sinned, even if they're in the church, we're not to kill them. Christ's blood cannot atone for their sins. They have to atone for their rascal sins with their own blood. Do you understand? Yeah, man. It's serious. It's serious. Yeah, man. And that's the judgment. Okay? But Brigham Young now, this would have been the second civil war that was about to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Some Mormons were attacked by some natives. You understand? And it was a big rascal judgment. You see? And Brigham Young declared martial law in Utah and severed ties with the U.S. government. They were against the U.S. government. You understand what I'm saying? And they wanted to set up a new government, a new world order. Do you get it? That's the rascal judgment. Well, about 200 Bannock and Shoshone natives attacked the Mormons in northern Utah. Okay? And this is basically what kicked off the rascal civil war. Okay? And an official emissary named Thomas Kane was sent by U.S. President Buchanan. You understand? Yeah. Because the Mormons, them kill off a band of rascal federal officials and burn down the office and all kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying? So a civil war was about to rascal bust. You see? So this guy now, Thomas Kane, he comes now and he tells them, well, listen, man, these are the terms of surrender. Okay? If you surrender, all of you will be granted a full pardon. Okay? The first civil war, those were the terms of surrender. Surrender and you will all be pardoned. See? In the judgment. And I told you already that the man was a racist. Joseph Smith was a racist. He did not like blacks. He did not admit them into his church. Do you understand? We're beasts and animals, and according to him, if he had his own way, he would confine us by strict laws to our own species. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tell me how they have a Brigham Young University, man. You need to read that book by Bill Hickman. I'm sure you all know about the famous Bill Hickman, the Danite, the destroying angel of Joseph Smith. You know how much people that man killed? Women and children that man killed? And then this man had a group called the Danites, man. You know how much people them people kill? And then afterwards, he basically, he resurrected them in a new name, man. You see what I'm saying? And they were known as the destroying angels of the Lord's army. What do you feel like, man? This man claimed to be of the Aaronic priesthood, and John the Baptist came down to him and blessed him and anointed him and all kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. That's the rascal judgment scene. Just know, say, the terms of agreement is what prevented mass rascal bloodshed that day. Yeah? And to keep the peace, the U.S. acquiesced the Maroons. Do you understand? They appeased them. Yeah? That's the rascal judgment. That's the judgment. And just remember, you understand, the only reason why the US really didn't want to war with the Maroons, one of the reasons is because they are the secret government and they know who Joseph Smith is, and also because they didn't want to use up all their resources because they had another impending judgment at hand, which was the real civil war between the Black Union Army, our Black Union government, and the Confederacy, yeah? And the Confederacy was led by President Jefferson Davis, while the Union was led by none other than President Robert Abraham Lincoln Poston, son of Molly Cox and Ephraim Poston, brother to Thomas Jefferson, Frederick Douglass, and Ulysses Grant. In the judgment, you see, so we burn out the Mormons. You see, it's not sure, we are not idiot. You see what I'm saying? The Utah War was between 1957 and 1958. You see, the Utah War, that was the Mormons when they set up shop in Utah. Remember, they were in Missouri first, and then they ended up in Chicago, see? And then they ended up in Utah, which is the biggest Rascalot Mormon settlement, see? They almost seceded from the Rascalot Union, and they trampled the U.S. Constitution underfoot. You understand? And yet still you have a Brigham University, and they hide these things. Yeah, man. They hide these things for one reason and one reason only. See? And it's because the man ain't dead. See? So that's just the judgment here. The Most High Emperor, the King Selassie, who loves me. I'm his son, doing his work, always doing his work. You see what I'm saying? And about my father's business. My father loved I and I so much that he gave I and I his triple crown for 2 years. 2 years and a month. See? Most natural. On October 7th, 1928, I and I was crowned King Tafari. See? Yes, indeed, I was crowned King Tafari. I was Rastafari before that. I was Desert Match before that. And I was Lidge Tafari before that. See? In the Rascalot judgment. See? So for 2 years, I wore my father's triple crown. See? And I didn't even want it, but my father said, no, here. See? Because I'm going to ascend upon that throne and put that same crown on I and I head. The crown, the royal triple crown on I and I head. And father became Emperor Haile I, King Selassie I. This is I and I father's shoe. See? Father Sky shoe. Bless and heal up Mother Earth. Tef Nut, Mama Mika. Yeah? Blessed, most natural. Yeah, man, well, that's the judgment, you know what I'm saying? My people, you just got to keep shining bright. And yeah, you have some serious incoming in the blood clot judgment. There's just too much wickedness going on in this earth. And you must know something too. Let me tell you something right quick. This metaverse, they soon kick it in a high gear, yeah? In a fly gear. You see what I'm saying? Which means, just know, you know, all must be manifested, yeah, and even that sacred virtual altar must descend, and it must come, and it must become what it was always meant to be, which is the first kingman of creation, the first kingdom of Osiris, or Isis, Aman-Ra, the first religion. You see? Forward, ever, backward, never, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. You see what I'm saying? So just know, when you go into thin air, Zane, go into thin air, and you will see this was what, the 18th, most natural, the 18th, Zane, the 17th, you saw the clip, Comet Leonard, you don't know, Polar Man, Solar Man, you don't know. And then on the 18th, because I told you, the lesson is the judgment in the judgment. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm teaching you now. Zane, yeah, I taught you every other spiritual and religious thing you need to know in this judgment. Now I'm teaching you the judgment more than anything. See? So you saw Venus is in retrograde. She's been in retrograde since about the Rascalot. She's been in retrograde since about the 9th of December, the 10th month, which means renewal, you know, because, you know, on the numeric scale, well, 9 is the highest number, yeah? And then you have 1, yeah? And all numbers are contained within 1 and 9. So when 9 becomes 10, it goes back to 1 again. So here we are in December, in the judgment. You're heading into your 2022. Zoom. Most natural. Most natural. Well, you saw Venus being shielded. You saw Comet. Yeah, you saw Cosmo, didn't you? Yeah, man. And you saw Paul. Yeah. Yeah, the judgment. You just stay there, man. The magnetosphere, that magnetic shield is being smashed. The thinnest layer of it is smashed. You don't know. And so therefore the solar dust, the cosmic dust, must come on Earth. Yeah? Most natural, most natural. And then the dead, they will breathe it in. Yeah? They will inhale it and they will come to life again in this final resurrection of the dead. For it is written. Read your Bibles. It is written. See? Yeah, the dead shall rise with I and I goody. I and I living goody. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you already know. So you all keep shining in their judgment. Yeah, and just know this too, Someone who know, I'm done telling you, time has no master, Father told you that, and life is a circle. See my master, Damien, yeah? Life is a circle. Yeah, well, just know this, scene. Babylon changed time. We all know this already. I already told you. I proved it. The Maccabean period. Yeah? Well, Hannibal Barca is Judas Maccabeus who marched into Rome via the Alps, and crushed Italy for about 10 years and killed Maximus Africanus and took his great sword. It's written in Revelation. It happened in real time, and he killed him, and he returned to Carthage, which was in North Africa, because our people wandered over there due to wars and incursions. Do you understand? And we ended up in Carthage, or Carthaginian, North Africa. And then Scipius Africanus came, and we moved again, and then they trampled our home, and conquered our lands. We're talking about the first conquest of North Africa, and this is how Africa became, or those 5 African countries became Arab. We're talking about Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Liberia, and Egypt. You see what I'm saying? In the judgment. That's what happened about 1,400 years ago. More like 1,600 years ago. Do you understand? But they are the first to enslave my people, and they enslaved us for 1,400 years before they sold us to the Grecians. It's written in the book of Joel. You understand? They were black Arabs. These are the Edomites, meaning that those Italians were originally black Arabs. Do you understand? Most natural. Or, they want to call them Arabs. Whatever, man. It is what it is, and that is who they are. Yeah. Most natural. So, I told you, that happened around the time of Acts. Okay? Not long after the Ascension. Not long after the crucifixion. Seen? Matthias and his sons. Judas and James and Jonathan and Mark. Yeah, you already know. See, so that's about 300 years cut off of the calendar right there. Do you understand? In truth, because most historians will tell you that that happened in about 168 AD. Most of them. While there is a group of historians and theologians who would say that it happened in about 168 BC. You understand? As a matter of fact, it's most that say it happened in 168 BC. Well, there are few who say it happened in about 168, 200 AD. See, now we know that they cut 100 years off. This is why we're in the 21st century right now. See, correction. One video I said 20th century, or I said something regarding the 21st century. I meant the 20th. But I'm saying they cut 1 year off. 100 years off. You understand? So add that to the 200. Okay, cool. Well, we also know that, just like cartographers and map makers flipped the map upside down to put Africa on the bottom and Europe on the top. Well, we also know that there were times when they saw a 1 and they mistook it for an I. Many cases of these Europeans doing these things, historians doing these things. So what I'm saying is that we're off. You're off about 1,300 years. Think about that. That's the judgment. That's the judgment. I mean, it don't really change nothing. The only thing it does change is the events that they fabricated and invented, such as this white man named Abraham Lincoln, such as, Hannibal Barca. I mean, he did exist, but the time's off because they invented Hannibal Barca. He's a real man, just like Christ. Yeah? But they invented a Jesus. Well, that's it. You understand? So many events, they say, transpired are lies and inventions. You understand? Anyways, you already know. You all keep shining in that judgment. You got more judgment in that judgment. See, it is cold out here. Zane, and we glitching like a motherfucker. Zane, you're in the danger zone, in the friggin' judgment. See? So you all keep shining. All of you, keep shining. Keep living. Yeah, man, we are stars.